As you know, Seattle has been home to a number of talented and creative people, and we're excited to include comedian Alysia Wood to that list. Alysia honed her comedy skills here. Welcome, Alysia Wood. You are so cute.
Thank you.
You are so cute. I love that picture on the front here. This is just really classic.
Thank you very much.
So you began your comedy career here. How did you get started, and what did you start talking about?
Well, I started just like everybody else. I went down to open mic. I went to Giggles, which is now a gentleman's club called Jiggles.
I know. What is up with that?
True story. They too cheap to just rename the whole thing. They just G to J, and that was it. And yeah, and so open mic, and I very quickly started talking about family dysfunction and all my personal demons. It's very autobiographical. ADD,
sounds therapeutic.
Anger. Yes, it's the best.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And so did people react to you right away and respond in a positive way?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially after shows, I would find that after shows people are hugging me and they're like, I'm messed up too, you know, like, or my mom's messed up too, or, you know, whatever. So I think a lot of this stuff is a lot more common than people like to admit.
Well, and humor is such a great tool to kind of get at some of these things that we're afraid to talk about.
Absolutely.
So you grew up in Bellevue. Your dad was a doctor, right?
He was, yeah.
So was this a privileged upbringing?
No.
No.
No. I was poor in Bellevue, which is, I think, one of the worst ways to be poor is if you're in a community where everybody's driving nice cars and you're like, well, I know what I don't have, that's for sure. But even though my dad was a doctor, really the only thing he has in common with other doctors is the handwriting.
Really?
Yeah, like known him my whole life. Well, obviously I've known him my whole life. But
yes, and he's known you your whole life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but he sent me a Christmas card, and I literally had to take it to a pharmacist because I couldn't read it.
Yes, they have better handwriting.
Yeah, so awkward. I'm like, can you tell me what that says? And it's from my dad.
That's a great idea. The pharmacist is sort of the bridge between doctors and the rest of us.
Right, but the cool thing was I got Valium, so I felt like it worked out okay. Yeah, it was worth the embarrassment. So
it was a twofer.
Absolutely.
Now, your sister actually married a doctor.
Yeah, and my mom sort of threw it in my face a little bit. She was like, well, I don't see you marrying a doctor, do I?
And you said?
And I was like, all right, I'm trying to make nice because I've learned from my outbursts with my anger management classes, which I've taken 5 times, court-ordered, that there are things I can't say. So I was trying to be cool about it, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, what kind of a doctor is she marrying? And she's like, it's an arborist.
He's an arborist?
An arborist. Yeah, and this is why I love Washington. You guys know that's a tree doctor.
We do know that.
That's what I love. Nowhere else. Everyone's like, what?
What?
Yeah, no, but Washington, tree doctor. That's a lawnmower with a degree. That is not a doctor. That is not. So yeah, and then and so just to get them back, I stored this up for 6 months, which is super hard for people with ADD to do.
I would say, and if there are anger issues, storing it up is maybe not even the best thing. That's, I'm impressed.
Finally went home to visit, and I was like, so Mom, I guess he fertilized her, huh? Is that what happened there? Thank you guys for laughing at that.
Being a woman on the comedy circuit, what is this like?
You know, it's pros and cons to being a guy. I would say there are opposing pros and cons. So you can't say that it's all bad. You know, like I'll get on television before a guy will. But they'll get work before I will. So, but Seattle was a great place to start out. I had a wide variety of different types of female comedians to sort of learn from that were not jerky about it. So they were happy to help.
Anybody in particular who was a real role model?
Kathy Sorbo was great, and they're all very different, and none of us have a whole lot in common, but they were just very helpful with, like, you need more blush, you know, or whatever, like, or you don't let anybody walk all over you. But it was a very friendly incubator to learn in, and so they even sat me down and said, now, when you leave Seattle, there's going to be sexism. And I was like, what?
And in comedy, there's a lot of it, but these days are so much better. I mean, women are allowed to be funny in all the ways that they can be, and thank goodness. Otherwise, there wouldn't be Bridesmaids and all these other movies.
That movie is fantastic.
That is a funny movie.
I love that movie.
If that is not making you laugh, there's something wrong. Alysia, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Come back and visit us when you come back in June. We would love that. Alysia performs tonight at the Jewel Box Theater in Seattle. The doors open at 7, and the show is followed by an after party at the Red Velvet Lounge. Gotta love the after party. We've posted all the information.